Why do you choose to live a private life off camera? Arsenio and Essie, good moms.
What is the key to having a good relationship with your daughters?
How do you feel about your brothers being dads? We just gave y'all a whole sermon, Sunday sermon, okay? But yeah, the last question is, what is one thing you admire about your mom? Look what she did.
It's good.
Welcome back to my channel. So today I have who y'all been asking for, Mia. She's coming in the kitchen. We about to cook some spaghetti and garlic bread. We about to do something quick, y'all. But yeah, y'all been asking, where's Mia? Where's Mia? We ain't gonna do a cooking video with Mia. So today is the day. Y'all ready?
I'm a little nervous.
Tell her she ain't gotta be nervous. Y'all make sure y'all put down in the comments below. Let her know she ain't gotta be nervous. This is about to be a vibe. I sent y'all for y'all to give us some questions to answer while we're cooking. So we're gonna answer a little bit of those for you guys while we're cooking. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
I wash my hands. Hi guys. It's been a long time.
She acting all shy, right? But okay guys, we about to get started. We finna do some spaghetti and garlic bread. There's something quick for y'all. Give y'all a little.
This is the simple version.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm a from scratch cook. So it's kind of late. So we're going to do like a simple version. With the garlic toast, we have Prego sauce, some spaghetti sauce, some ground beef. Just like your normal, standard seasoning, seasoned salt, garlic powder, onion powder. Normally I'll have like all the fresh herbs, garlic, all of that. So yeah, we're just about to make some, something simple, something quick. Normally because we from Michigan, you'll eat some fried chicken or some fried fish. People be saying spaghetti is one meal. It's not. I'm sorry. It's a side. It's a side. We're considering it a side. You're going to have some spaghetti, some fish, and some salad. Okay? So, but we just going to do it simple today. We're just going to have the spaghetti and our garlic bread. For you people who always saying it's just the entree. It's not the entree.
It is not.
It's the side.
We also have salad with it too. We'll have a little salad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Salad, fried fish,
or some barbecue. Like we'll do some barbecue.
Like it gotta be the spaghetti, the barbecue, the baked beans, or potato salad. It's gotta be something, but just know spaghetti is a side. It's the side.
Yes. Okay.
So us is a side. That just shows we be eating too much.
Because it's already meat in there.
Yes, because if you go to a restaurant, it's the entree. But oh well, shoot, it's culture. Sorry, it's culture.
All right, so we are going to get started. You guys asked Mia more questions than me. I guess because I do this often. You guys didn't really ask me a whole lot of questions, but what y'all did ask me, I will answer. But we're gonna start with Mia first, and I'm gonna take what is your secret talent?
Secret?
I guess it's like they mean something you don't show. You know what I'm saying? Like they know you do hair, certain things they know you do, but then it's like
I'm an artist, so I draw and I paint. It's been a while since like I sold any paintings. I started selling paintings. Well, I got into arts when I was young, like a kid during like elementary school, like first, second grade. It's when I really started like drawing, and then as I got into middle school, freshman year, that's when I got like my first easel. First set of like acrylic paints, brushes. I spent so much time in my room. I remember I sold my first painting I sold was to my stepdad at the time. It was his friend, one of his friends or like his clients or something. I painted like a cartoon version of like Run DMC. It was like one of my most detailed paintings, but it was kind of small. It was like medium size. That was like the first painting I sold. And during that time, I just used to paint like big pictures on canvases. I loved abstract work, but these days now I'm more into realism, and I'm getting back into it. You know, where I'm learning techniques and skills that I didn't learn at that time because I was self-taught. I think I did my first portrait drawing. I was in 5th grade. And it was, you know how you used to decorate your classroom's doors? And it was during like Black History Month, I believe, because mine was Rosa Parks. And that was literally like my first attempt to like draw a portrait. And I couldn't believe how well it turned out. I couldn't, because I've never like just flat out drew like a portrait like that, like a realistic portrait. It was always like cartoon characters or abstract, or I'll just make art out of anything I had. Like I remember I broke like a picture frame, and the glass, I turned it into like this this like under the sea scene. Mm-hmm. I remember I like spilled wax, like candle wax. I used candle wax to do like a Michael Myers type portrait with candle wax. So I would say that's something that people don't really know about me, but it's something like I really do love. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
All right. What is my favorite movie and what is Mia's favorite movie? One of my favorite movies is Friday. That movie is so funny. It's so funny, guys. Like, that is one of my favorite movies. I'm not a person that actually like to watch movies over and over and over. You know how some people can watch the same movie over and over, but I can literally watch that movie over and over and over again. Like, that's a good movie. Another movie is Color Purple. I love Color Purple. Like, that's a favorite movie of mine.
I love Color Purple.
Yeah, I might actually go watch that when I'm done.
Yeah.
That'll be cool, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My favorite movie, I have a broad taste. I love anything dealing with history. So, and it's crazy because growing up, that's all I used to watch was anything dealing with Black history. Like movies back all the way to like the 70s and 80s. Like, I love those times. I just love learning pretty much. So, I would say like, but I love like corny movies. Like Shania certain like movies that she probably think is so corny, but I love them. Like, they're so funny. But I would say like my favorite movie, if I had like categories, it'd be my favorite, like, I don't know, Napoleon Dynamite is like my top favorite movie. I love that movie. I love Superbad. Then if I get into, you know, like the culture movies, it'd be South Central. I love South Central.
Yeah, I do too.
Not Don't Be a Menace, like the real South Central, okay?
Yeah.
With OG Bobby Johnson. So and I'll say like my favorite movie as far as like history or anything, it'd be like Rosewood. Rosewood was like one of my top favorite movies. I don't know. I know it's kind of like hard for people to watch things involving like slavery and things like that, but I don't know. I'm just the type of person where I just love learning what I don't know and just getting in depth on like what people thought processes are, just stuff like that. So it's a lot. I got a lot of movies. Like, if y'all ask me to give y'all some recommendations, I can give y'all a lot. Like, depending on the category you want, I can give you a lot. So yeah.
All right. Why do you choose to live a private life off camera?
One, I'm not really good. Well, I won't say I'm not really good with being social, but it's something new for me. I've gotten better though. It's like, and two, I just get uncomfortable with like the audience, like the reactions of like the audience. You know, it's like certain things you can't control. You can't control certain comments. You can't control what people opinions they make up, but it just makes me uncomfortable. It does, because a lot of things I just be like, you know, I just want to keep this separate. Like, this is my brand, this is my business, this is what I want you to know, And when it's involving my family or my personal life, that's not something I really want you to know. Nothing personal, you know, things like that. I just think it's great to have boundaries. You know, there's just a lot that go on. Like I see, like even with like my family involving like with them and things like that, it's just a lot of things I see that's like untrue. And it's just unhealthy. Like people's relationships that they have with you, like over the internet, it's like unhealthy. Like, don't you think? Like, it's kind of uncomfortable a little bit. It gives like obsessive a little bit. Like I can tell the difference between supporters and people who really want to see you win, or people who just, you know, they just like you. But then you have people on there that, I mean, literally, like it's like they're, I don't know. I don't even have a word for it. Like, and then it's like their goal is to bring people down or to just make up lies. And I get it. Everybody's going through things in their personal life, so they project onto other people, but it just be a lot.
And then I just feel like sometimes, but I know that's just not the reality of it. Yeah. It's just like, you know, like I be saying, like, everything you think you shouldn't, that don't mean you have to say about a person. Because you don't know what type of mental state that person's in or what they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And you on there, and that could trigger something. You just never know. You know, so for me, like, that's what I say, like, I'd be mindful. It could be some things I see on social media that I think in my head, but I'm like, I'm not gonna put that. You know what I'm saying? I might think it, and that don't mean it's true, because I feel that way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people on here,
you can't. Everybody's not gonna like you. That's not the thing. Yeah. It's just, I feel it's very invasive. That's what it is. Like, they feel entitled to your life, they feel entitled to be a part of your life or what's going on. Like, if they don't have answers to the assumptions they've made, then they're angry, or they're just, it's just a lot. So,
and they just get up. It's like they get up. They watch your video and like they get up in the morning. Like, I have a lot of great supporters and I appreciate them. Like, y'all really show me a lot of love. But the ones that's not, they wake up in the morning.
I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. They wake up in the morning with negative energy. And it's like, what is your problem? Like, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed? Because I don't get it. I don't get it. But
yeah, me personally, you know, I just rather, like, you know, if I could, I'd rather be successful without being famous, like too famous. I feel like that's how I keep my peace. Like, it's just better for me mentally, you know. But I'm gonna get out here, you know, because it's a lot of things like I want to do, and I want to start like meeting different people. I don't really have too many like people I like talk to or like friends like at all. I have like one friend outside of like my family. And there's no one I really like talk to or like kick it with. And I do want to get out more. I do want to meet new people. I want to get more comfortable with like socializing and things like that. You know, because I'm an introvert. That's just all it is, pretty much. I'm just an introvert.
Yeah. Yep. So it says, Arsenio and Essie good moms. Yes, they're good moms. They're good moms. They love their daughters. And they take care of them. They're good moms. So yeah, I don't know how else to put it. But
I don't know what you would categorize good mom from bad mom.
Because the thing is, it's not a book to parenting. You know what I'm saying? You just have to do the best you know how, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
The effort being put in, you know, people gonna learn. They learn every day,
and you learn as you go. Like, y'all grow together. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, I have grown kids and I have small children as well. But the thing about it is, I'm still growing. I'm still learning. Like, now, I feel like I'm more patient with my younger children than I was with my older children. I'm more patient with my grandkids than I was with my older kids. And they tell me that all the time. Like, I'm a lot lenient than what I used to be when it comes to, you know, my parenting. But you learn as you go. And you learn that you have to be patient and all that yelling and screaming and all that stuff. You don't have to do that a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? It's just talk.
Yeah, I wouldn't categorize I mean, the only thing I would say would be a bad parent, but I don't know. I mean, you may have like bad qualities, bad character, or flawed qualities, flawed character.
Yeah, because like we say, ain't nobody perfect.
They got great family, great support system.
Will you start your own YouTube and do hair tutorials?
Yo, that's actually how I used to be on YouTube. My first YouTube video was with Queen. I did her hair. I did like a half up, half down. But I used to do YouTube, you know, YouTube tutorials and things like that. But I don't think I really want to. I'm still deciding what I want to do on my channel. You know, more than likely I'm leaning towards a cooking channel. Like, that's my love.
She loves to cook, guys, but she make really a lot of her stuff from scratch. Like I said, like this was a quick thing for us. I'm gonna show you how she get down in the kitchen, but this was just quick because we had other stuff that we had to do today, and I wanted to go ahead and do this video, so we actually did something quick. But yeah, she a cooker.
I have like so many ideas. Like I love cooking like different foods, from Indian food, African food, Caribbean, Italian. I really want to get into like some Greek cuisine. It's just so much. Like I love fusion food as well, but I just got this idea where I really want to help people know how to. I'm gonna let y'all see, but I'm gonna give y'all a little insight to it. I really want to give people recipes on how to make their favorite foods that they buy from the store, but the things that's from the store is pretty unhealthy. Like most of the ingredients are, like if you read the labels, it'll say like contains like a bioengineered ingredient, meaning it was made in a lab. It's not natural, it's not real. It just got a lot of dyes, a lot of plastic, a lot of chemicals, like all of that. I really want to show people how to make their favorite cereals, like how to store it. From TV dinners, like how, like if you want to make full meals, like the only thing you will be losing is convenience. That's it. But if you take that time to just prep it, prepare it, have the recipes, have somebody to literally break everything down for you from the supply list, from what you'll need. And I really want to travel to try different foods, from the spices, go to different grocery stores, you know. Yeah, so that's probably be something I'm leaning towards. I used to do a lot of pranks and stuff too. I don't know. I'm just still deciding. I can't decide on, for real, what I want my channel to be based on right now. That's why I'm kind of like hesitant on starting it right now. You know, I don't want to rush it, but that's one of the ideas right now.
All right. Who is your favorite sibling?
I don't have a favorite. I have 6 siblings on my mom's side. I'm the oldest, and I have 8 other. You want to season these for me? I have 6 siblings on my mom's side. I'm the oldest, and I have 8 other siblings on my dad's side. I'm the oldest, the first child on both sides. I have a relationship with every single last one of them on both sides. I don't have a favorite. I love them all equally and individually for who they are. I feel like I know them pretty well. I know them all like pretty well. So yeah, I don't really have a favorite sibling. They probably got favorites amongst themselves, you know, but I don't have a favorite. I don't. Not really.
All right.
What is the key to having a good relationship with your daughters?
The key to having a good relationship with your daughters, I feel like I have learned it is, I would say, communication, trust, and respect. I feel like to me, those are 3 big key points to me. What do you think?
Yeah, and I would say, being aware of your how your children are individually.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Outside like communicating, it's not like a one-size-fits-all for each of them. You know, I think that's something, and I know it's tough, but it does make a difference. and how you communicate with your kids, understanding, how much one can take, how much the other can't. Another may be more easygoing, but there may be another who may need more understanding or more time. I think that's the key.
Yeah, because I told y'all in the last video, you have to learn how to deal with each child individually, because some might be a little bit more emotional than one. You just have to know how to deal with your children. And not saying it's going to be perfect, because it's not. But yeah, I agree. So those to me are the key factors.
I think both sides, like, taking accountability. Like, being honest. I feel like a lot of things that, like, separate, like, parents and their kids is, that goes ties into, like, trust. Being honest and giving your kids a space to be honest. Giving each other grace, like your parents grace, giving your kids grace. I think that's important. It matters. It really matters. And the environment, like, you put your kids in from when they're young matters into who you, like, mold them to be when they get older. So yeah, I would say those things.
How do you feel about your brothers being dads?
Let me see that. Honestly, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of, like, where they're at now. For you to not have, like, an example of how to be a father, or not to have, like, a manual, I think they're doing a pretty great job right now. Like, it's a learning thing, like, every day, like, it's new. Being a parent is new, especially being a parent that started young, having to know how to manage relationships. So now you have to learn yourself. You have to grow within yourself individually. Now you have to grow in being a parent. Now you have to grow in knowing how to have relationships, managing relationships with your child's mother, with your family. It's a lot, like, you got to be in different places at different times. And I feel like, honestly, I'm very proud of them. I feel like they've came, like, a long way from where I've seen them and how much they're grown. I just be thanking God for, like, where they're at right now. And honestly, you would say, like, oh, not having, like, your parents, both parents there will affect you in a certain kind of way, but it just shows you, like, how much, like, God, he kept his hand on them, or us in general, but him really, like, guiding them and walking with them and giving them grace. Nobody's perfect, but they're learning and they're willing to learn. They're willing to be different, so honestly, I'm proud of them. We all just do our best to be there for one another, to pick up where another may be, struggling. We're just really big on that. We've never, like, our granny, that's not something, like, she really, like, taught us, was, like, most of the things, like, she taught us, she instilled us, will always be there for family. And pretty much me and my family is, like, really all we got. Like, the people you see, like, from my mom, from my siblings, things like that, like, we're always around each other, like, 24/7. It's not people we could just go out with and just be like, oh, yeah, like, we're close. That's just us. So I'm proud of them. I'm proud of where they're at. And like I said, I just thank God for them. I do. I thank God for where they're at right now. And I can't wait to see where they'll be in the next few years, 5 years, 10 years,
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
I told y'all that.
No. I don't want kids. I try not to speak against, like, what God's will may be. Like, right now, it may not be on my heart to have kids. It's never been on my heart to have kids. I would say one of the reasons I didn't want kids is because I was kind of scared of being a parent. But also, I'm just like, look, I'm having my way. Like,
okay.
I have so many siblings, y'all. Like, it's so many. Like I said, total with me included is 10 on my dad's side. Total included with me is 7 on my mom's side. Like, and now I have nieces and nephews I have my other brother who lives in Pontiac. So really it's 8 on my mom's side. It's Aaron's new brother. He has a daughter. He has a nephew. So I just have so many. I don't have like a desire to have kids, really. I love animals. I'm gonna have a dog for sure.
Them gonna be my grandkids.
Pretty much. Like I feel like God, that's why I have to wait for God to like send who he has for me, or wherever the case may be. It may be down the line. He may put it on my heart for different, but I'm telling y'all, I don't see it. I don't feel it. Even if I have a partner, like I feel like God, he had to be somebody like God stitched like together just for me, like where we on the same page. I just want to travel. Like there's so much I want to do. I love that freedom. Like, you know, and I find joy in me being single. I find joy in me not having kids right now, you know. And honestly, if I had kids, y'all, I really feel like I would be like that overbearing parent. Not like in your business type, but where I'm just so overprotective because I think and analyze too much into things. And like I tell y'all, I research so much. I just be wondering like, dang, they went to that field trip.
Yes, y'all. She do her sisters like that. She be mama.
Like, what they gonna eat? What if something? What if a bug bite them? What if the people don't know what to do? Like it be stuff like that. Like if they go to school, what was said to them that may have really stuck in their memory? Like I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It'll hurt me. Like my kids being hurt, it'll hurt my heart so bad. It hurt my heart now. It hurt me with people in general. Like if it's something I can't do to help you, I am just devastated. I am. Yeah. I can't lie. Like if it's nothing I can practically do, like if it's something I'm doing and it's not helping you, like it's not helping, it's going to bother me. Like
yes.
And it'll be even worse if I had kids, because I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. I'll go crazy. No lie. And my kid would be like, Mom, I love you, but you gotta chill.
What's her favorite Bible verse? She probably got quite a bit of
I do. I got quite a bit.
Okay, but maybe she can just name a couple. She can just name a couple, guys, but she probably got quite a bit of those,
I got quite a bit. But you know, the ones that come up in my prayer the most is, greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Even look, this one right here, Luke 1:37. I gotta keep this on my mind. Y'all keep this on y'all mind too. Luke 1:37. For the word of God will never fail. That's something with my walk with Christ right now. That's something like I've been having to like really keep in my mind, like to know like God is not a man that he shall lie. But also it just tells you like he's faithful. He's faithful. I can trust him. When I say you can trust him, like it is hard for our minds, our finite minds, us being human, it's hard for us to just understand that we have someone who will not lie to us, who wants good for us, who's always good. That's something I always keep in my mind. That's something my granny always tell me about, like growing up, was, you know, God is always good. And I never understood it until like I really became intimate with him. Like, you know, I was born again. Last year in September is when I gave my life to Christ again. And if you want to know, I haven't told like my testimony yet, really. But I would say listen to Deliver Me by Donald Lawrence. That song just really, that's just one that really will explain, you know, God really rescuing me from myself, rescuing me from, you know, just what I was getting into, you know, like from going through trauma to healing to then trying to heal or trying to get fulfillment through things in the world. I had got into like new age practices. I was like just out here like smoking. I was isolated a lot. Like it was bad. Like I got isolated really bad. I was depressed. I mean, I guess I'm sharing y'all with my testimony, but you know, I'm telling you, nothing helped me more than when like you know, like the Holy Spirit just came over me. I'm telling y'all, I was at home. I'm just walking, like pacing back and forth. Like this was during the time, like I felt like, cause you know, when you get into these things, when you get into the world, like you really open up the door for like the enemy to attack you and torment you. And I feel like that's one of his like greatest weapons is in your mind. And I spent a lot of time in my mind. It was never not a time I wasn't triggered. It was never not a time that I didn't think about something that bothered me, or I wasn't thinking about something that just consumed me. I was just so consumed, like it was so bad. And I was just at that time that day, I was just kind of just going through it mentally, and I'm just pacing back and forth. I'm crying. I'm like telling like my mom, I'm telling Shania, I'm just telling them, I'm like, y'all, we gotta go to Granny house, we gotta go to church, we gotta get prayed for, because you know at that time I'm like, you know, I'm putting more emphasis on her, like she got the power, and not realizing, you know, like her power is through Christ, her power is through God, you know, he gives her the power. But I mean, couldn't nobody save me but him. And I'm telling y'all, it was like a veil was lifted off of my eyes, and I just broke. I'm on the phone with my granny at this time too, so she just hear me yelling, crying. I mean, I'm just apologizing, because I'm telling y'all, when you young, you don't really pay attention to exactly what those who are over you, your authority that's over you, you don't pay attention to what they say. You don't take heed to it. You don't really understand the importance of it, even if it's so simple. So simple. It's so many things that my granny used to talk to me about that came back to me, and I was just like, man, I wish I wouldn't even wasted that time. You know, you don't be want to waste that time. You be want to go back, but it's like he said, I restore the years that the locusts have eaten and all of that, like, you know, so we just got our time back, you know, and I just fell to my knees. I'm just crying, just saying I'm sorry. I didn't know, just apologizing. And then all my granny said was like, you know, like she heard him. She said he told her, like, tell her I hear her. And when she told me that, I just had like a relief. And you know, like the enemy don't want you to, you know, the enemy don't want you to let go of your old life. You know, so after that time, you know, I was getting attacked, you know, like within my mind, like just lies, deceit. But the best thing I could say you could do is keep seeking him. Like literally, you may not understand the word at that time, but I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit will help you. When they say the Holy Spirit is the helper, he is the helper. He will help you, and that's what helped me. I'm sorry if I'm talking for a long time, but
she can talk.
I just love talking about this.
She get started.
I love talking about this. I do. I can't lie. I enjoy talking about it, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Look, I just be letting her go.
Yeah, I be sounding like my granny for real. Cause
she's gonna talk.
I'm gonna go in detail because I need you to know.
Yeah, she's gonna talk, and I just be letting her
having a relationship with God is the best thing I have ever done. It's the best thing I've ever done, and that too is why I kind of be like low key too, because I don't want the things I used to want. You know, I'm not pursuing the things I used to pursue, because everything I used to pursue wasn't, you know, it was for my desires. It was for like my pride, like because of my insecurities, to find fulfillment within myself or in the world, you know. And it's just different these days. I'm more patient, and I feel like I'm just in a space where I don't want to go where God isn't leading me. Where if he's not there, I don't want to go. If it's something that he's not calling me to do, then I just don't want to do it, you know. So that's really why, you know, you haven't really seen me on like the internet and things like that, because I just don't desire what I used to desire. And I'm just kind of, you know, just waiting to see my direction, where he's taking me, you know. So yeah, I would say that. Honestly, I'm gonna give y'all one more word. Just remember, God is always good. He's not a liar, so no word from him will ever fail. And he'll stick closer to you than a brother, so he's gonna always be there. Yeah, so I'm done.
All right, guys, we got one more. I'm gonna give y'all one more. She just gave y'all a whole sermon, Sunday sermon, okay? But yeah, the last question is, what is one thing you admire about your mom?
I don't tell her enough. I don't tell her enough. But I would say her strength. I would say her strength. it's just, you know, like I said, from like where we come from, because I remember, I be remembering everything. But, you know, I just be thanking God, because I know, like, God been with her, like, all that time, like, through so much. We've been through, like, so much. And, you know, being the oldest, like, you see everything. You be there for, like, everything. And I can't say, like, even through, like, the times where we struggled together, it was never not a time that I went without anything. I went without a roof. I was just thinking about this the other day, where I'm like, you know, it's something about where you always, I feel like you somehow I can look at and I can say she always make the best out of what she has. Like a good steward of what God placed in front of her always. Like, so what, we're in this kind of house, we're living in a hood. She gonna make sure it's furnished. She gonna make sure it's clean. She want it clean. She want it furnished. She gonna make sure it look nice. No matter what we wore, if it wasn't, even if it's not name brand, she gonna make sure our hair is done. She gonna make sure we're presentable. I just think that says a lot about who she is, and just like how God like always had his hand on her. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for like, you know, seeing where she's at now, because she could be different. Like with a lot of the stuff she went through, she could be different, but she's not. So I thank God for that. I thank God for walking with her, giving her grace. That's why I give her grace, you know, and I try my best to honor her. I mean, because it's not something that's always easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all human, so we gonna have disagreements, but you know, the best way for me to honor her, because it's important to me. I care about like how I make her feel. Regardless of how I'm feeling, I care about how I make her feel. So I do my best to communicate in a more healthier way, like being more direct. I gotta pray about it. I mean, that's just what you gotta do. You gotta pray about it. I do. I have to pray about it, because I be telling God, like, you know, I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm weak in this area, okay? And it's not just with her, it's just with people in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can become impatient, we can become angry, regardless, you know, and it's important to me, because it's important to God, it's important to me, you know, to like honor her and make sure, you know, she know I love her. She make sure, you know, I care. But I'm pretty headstrong, so we be, you know, I think we more alike than we like to admit, though.
Yeah, but she's good. She's really good to me.
That's something I think we be kidding ourselves. Like, I be thinking about that too. I'm like, honestly, I'm more like Mama than we are.
Yeah.
And my granny always said too.
She's good to me. Like, she's very, like I tell y'all, like, she's very hands-on. She's very caring. They very loving and caring girls. So for me, I just thank God, like, every day. You know, he blessed me with stuff other parents go through. I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't have to go through all that. You know, so it's just I just thank God, and I'm grateful for all of them. But yeah, she's good to me.
I'm telling you, God be having his favor, because I admire too, like, her connections with people. I feel like she be like a little self-conscious, a little bit sometimes, but I feel like I be seeing God's like hand over her, from like how she is with like people. See, she like a social butterfly. That's not me. I'm not doing that. I don't get out like that. I'm more of a person like where I'm more of like an intimate type of person. You know, like her and Trey. I feel like Trey, Shania, and my mom, they're more alike in that way than I am. Armon not like that either. He's not like a, you know, he's great with people though. He's great with being around people, but he's pretty like introverted too. But yeah, I think she like has favor when it comes to like the people she meet. What she does, like, I don't know. You know, I don't know, it's so much. Like, if y'all was to live with us, y'all would see it. Y'all would know. It's from like, you know, she can just manage so much. She's great with like talking to people. She can meet people and she just have an impact on them. I admire that. I admire her discipline. her discipline. But me, like, I be wanting her to like show like her vulnerability. I want to be more vulnerable. That's pretty tough.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of we kind of get into about that a little bit. But I be taking my time these days now. But because I'm a very vulnerable person. I became a very vulnerable person where, you know, I'm more open about like how I feel, or I want people to share how they feel. But I give them grace to do it in their time. But I think that's something, I feel like it challenges her. I think that's kind of what it is too. Like, I feel like God put us in each other's life for a reason, because we kind of like challenge each other to grow. She challenged me to grow in different areas when it comes to relationships, and I feel like I do the same. I do. We do the same. You know, because I'm telling you, it's only so much that people who raise you can show you or teach you. You know, so you gotta learn it on your own. That's something that became really important to me, is knowing how to coexist in relationships, how to manage them. Like, it's not just something where you just cut people off. You know, you rather just cut them off instead of taking accountability or getting to the root of the issues or having uncomfortable conversations. I'm one of those people, I'm gonna have an uncomfortable conversation. I am. I'm gonna have an uncomfortable conversation. But I think it matters. That's something about me. I think my family appreciate that.
Yeah. So she said it all, y'all. I only answered a few questions, but I knew she was gonna talk. I put it on there, but I was
I'm
like,
sorry.
When she gets started, y'all. She gets started.
It's because I'm gonna give you an answer. It's like if you ask me how you doing, I'm gonna tell you how I'm doing.
Y'all be talking about Trey. She can talk too. Yeah, Trey gonna explain himself, but she gonna explain herself.
I'm gonna go in detail, and because I love conversations. I love. It's just when it's a conversation that I love to talk about, we can sit and talk. Like, even if you want to talk, like, I'm not just a person where I'm just gonna talk and, you know, talk your ear off. I love to listen. I will sit there and listen to you for hours. If it's something you need to get off your chest, or if it's something we're just vibing on.
Yeah, because when we get started,
we can do that.
When we get started, we'll talk for hours. We'll be sitting there.
Yeah, I love that.
All right, guys, so we are done with the spaghetti. I know some people actually mix their spaghetti together, but I don't. I let you put how much sauce or meat sauce or whatever on yours. Here is our plate of spaghetti with our garlic bread. We put a little bit of mozzarella cheese and sharp cheddar cheese on top of the garlic bread. But yeah, this is it, guys. I'm gonna let Mia taste it and tell y'all how she think it tastes.
It's good.
She said, what'd she say?
It's good.
So she about to taste it.
I did want some Parmesan.
Look what she did.
It's good.
All right, guys, so this is the end of my video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all just make sure y'all stay tuned, because we actually gonna do a cooking challenge. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see who win, because she is a real cook. Not Trey, Armon, or Shania. She's a real cook.
I'm your
So when that challenge...
Your chef.
So when that challenge come, y'all make sure y'all tune in, because it's gonna be a vibe. But we'll see y'all in a minute. Gang.